Hi, welcome to Top Chef University. I'm Arian from Top Chef New York. Course number 3 is all about cooking techniques, and in this lesson, we're heating up the grill. Grilling is one of the most delicious ways to prepare all kinds of food. Whether it's steak, chicken, fish, vegetables, the smoky flavors are always a crowd pleaser. In today's lesson, we'll discuss different types of grills, grilling methods, and refresh your memory on marinades. We'll finish by cooking a simple, perfect steak. I'm hungry, so let's get started. So today we're grilling, and grilling is a direct, dry heat cooking method. And it's also one of the most popular ways to entertain. Whether you're grilling inside or outside, your principles pretty much all remain the same. So here we have our grill pan. As you see, it has the same raised ridges as an outdoor grill would. The reason for those raised ridges is you don't want your meat or whatever you're grilling actually sitting in the fat. Like I said, this is a dry heat cooking method. So it's really important to have those ridges so the fat drips off the meat. Another important thing about the grill is cleaning it. What I like to do is just take a paper towel. I just put a little bit of olive oil on it, not too much. Now what this is going to do is actually clean off any of the debris that has been left on it, and also at the same time lubricating the grill so our meat won't stick. So you see that? We don't want that. You don't want to be eating that. That's why it's a good thing to clean our grill. Get in the habit of always doing that before you start grilling. And just discard that. So we've talked about what grilling is. We've talked about our equipment. So let's talk about our ingredients. Today I have this gorgeous 1.5-inch ribeye steak. This is great. It has great marbleization. Thick steaks are great for the grill. You can really get that caramelization, that nice crust. We're also I'm going to show you a little quick marinade, just to not really give it too much flavor, but just add a little bit of flavor. The steak has so much flavor on its own, it really doesn't need much more. So I'm just going to smash a clove of garlic. I have a little bit of thyme here, a little bit of fresh chopped thyme. I'm adding a little bit of olive oil now. You really don't need a sticky marinade. You know, that'll just tend to burn on the steak. So we're going to just rub this on. And we're going to do both sides, but I first want to season this side. Again, you know, seasoning is very important, especially when you're grilling steak. This helps in making that great crust that we're going to have, or that we've been talking about. So let's turn it over and do the same thing on the other side. The rest of the marinade, just rub that in. Again, we're going to season. I mean, the garlic just smells divine already. So we're going to just let this sit for about a minute or two, let the marinade, let all those flavors kind of just soak in. And then we're going to talk about our temperature zones. That's really important when it comes to grilling. So when it comes to grilling, it's really important to have 2 temperature zones. So what I have here is my grill pan is actually sitting across 2 burners, where the front burner is really hot and high, and the back burner is more of a medium temperature. The reason behind that is if you grill all on a high heat, what tends to happen is your steak burns and it's just raw in the middle. And it's charred and it just is not good. And if you cook on something too low, then you don't get any of that charred flavor and it's just kind of like a blah piece of meat. So this is why I want to teach you about temperature zones. And I'm going to show you that when we grill our meat. So we have our steak. It's marinated nicely. Look at that. Beautiful. And also another thing, our steak is room temperature, which is really important. Because what will happen is if you put a nice cold steak on here, it's going to bring that temperature down and then you're going to be steaming. So there we go. You hear that nice sizzle? That means your grill is hot, nice and smoky. That smoke flavor is really going to come through now. We're going to make a great crust. And also, another really important thing, don't touch the meat. Let it sit on there. Let it a few minutes to really connect with the grill and get that crust going. So now I have my meat on an angle. I'm going to show you how we fancy chefs make those beautiful grill marks so you can impress your friends too at home. So what you're going to do is, after about 2 minutes, we're going to actually turn our meat on a 45-degree angle. This is going to make those crisscrosses that you always see when you go to a steakhouse. You're always like, how'd they do that? Now you know. Again, this is going to sit for a couple minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. You can already see around the edge of the steak how it's starting to really cook nicely. And the smells, those smoky smells that are coming from it, my mouth is watering. So here we have it. Look at those gorgeous professional restaurant crisscrosses that everybody wants. So now you know how to do them yourself. So I'm just going to turn this over on the other side and let it sear off for about 2 more minutes, and then we're going to move it to our medium side and let it finish cooking. So now I'm ready to move it to the medium side. So there are a number of theories to cooking a perfect steak, and you'll get better at it with practice. Temperature-wise, rare, 120 to 125 degrees Fahrenheit. That'll be pink to red at the center. You have your medium rare, which is about 130 to 135 degrees Fahrenheit. Your bright pink on the inside, a little brown on the outside. Your medium, 140 degrees Fahrenheit, light pink on the inside. Your medium well to well done, 150 to 160, and pretty much so you have very little pink and a lot of brown. I'm a chef, so I use the pressure test to check my steaks. When you're getting close to having a done steak, press it with your index finger or the flat side of a grilling fork to get the feel for it. A rare steak will be soft, a medium steak will be firm but yielding, a well steak will be really firm. Once you get the hang of this trick, you'll be able to remove steaks from the grill at just the right second. Our steak is done. One of the most important aspects of succulent steak is to allow it to rest after cooking. Let the steaks rest for 5 to 10 minutes before serving. This will allow the juices to redistribute evenly, so when you cut into it, they don't escape and run everywhere. And then your whole steak is nice and juicy. In our next lesson, still more grilling. Did I hear somebody say ribs?